did it for the first game, why not do it again? Alright, this video I'm going to be ranking every Kingdom Rush Frontiers tower. Anyways, subscribe. Let's get started. Number 8, the Knights Templar.
Hooah!
These guys suck. One of the worst towers in the series, actually. The only thing you can do with them is just spam them along a track for infinite stalling, because they are pretty cheap. But I mean, they also suck. Now, I gotta mention that they are pretty tanky, which is completely useless in Frontiers, where every basic enemy can get completely decimated by your towers long before they even reach the exit. There is no reason for you to ever need that much stalling, especially in Frontiers, where some of the heroes are so tanky, like Ulrich and Grawl. And in the end, you also have Assassins and Necromancers for infinite stalling. Their abilities aren't good enough to compensate for them not living up to their role, especially in their game, Frontiers. When I buy barracks, I buy them for stalling, not damage dealing, which is just why the Templars are even worse than they already are. This ability is just mid, but their other abilities suck. Like their first ability, which gives them a chance to cheat death, but they are so tanky that there's no reason they should ever die, which is why I do not think this ability would ever come into use. And the chance is so low anyways. And their last ability just gives them more health, and surprisingly, with this maxed out, they have more health than Ulrich, but less HP still.
Ox is ready, man.
Alright, this is controversial, but these guys' main weakness is suffering from the Axe Thrower effect, which is where you need their abilities to be good because the tower itself is pretty meh. Also, they aren't useful in many stages, basically just the jungle and Storm Atoll, which is not good considering that these guys are archers. I expect archers to be good. To be honest, Totem of Spirits and Totem of Weakness are both some of the best in the game. But then again, you unlock them too late, and they're released for stages and some they themselves don't fire fast enough, even though they have pretty good damage, which is why I think that they are not as good as others. Number 6, the Assassin's Guild. Yeah, you really thought, bro.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alright. These guys have 2 excellent abilities, some of the best in the game as well, just like the Axe Throwers. But then they have one of the worst abilities in the game as well. First of all, they have counterattack, which gives them a 70% dodge chance on top of their low armor and pretty decent health, making them actually more tanky than the Templars, which just means why you should always pick these guys over the Templars. And it stacks very well with their second ability, Sneak Attack, which gives the chance for their base attack to be replaced with a Sneak Attack, dealing much higher true damage. Some might argue that this has negative synergy though, because counterattacks cannot be sneak attacks. But it also has an insta-kill chance. This insta-kill chance applies to every attack, including sneak attacks, and more sneak attacks means more insta-kill chances. And insta-kills are basically always more useful than just high damage, in my opinion. But their last ability is Pickpocket, which I don't care what DJ says, sucks. It can only steal up to 30% of an enemy's bounty, 1 to 3 gold each time with only a 30% chance. Just doing the maths makes that 1 to 3 gold every 4 shots from an assassin. Assassins do have a pretty high attack speed though, but you can only steal 30% of an enemy's bounty. So what if the enemy was like a wolf and it only had like 20? Then you can only steal 6 gold. 6 gold. That is not worth it. And if you're using Captain Blackthorn, he will completely outclass the assassin's pocket in every way. And plus his pickpocket shares the same thing. So if he steals 3 gold from an enemy, then the assassins can only steal 3 gold from the wolf. This is why pickpocket fails to bring the assassins even higher, because this game has so many towers that are straight up good that you have to have all of your abilities be extremely good, especially for barracks, which tend to be the most useless towers. Anyways,
Might and magic. A wise choice.
what if my kingdom was original tower and came up with the standard when talk about the average surface? This is when the ability tower is more cost effective without its abilities. The Archmage is the main sufferer from Archmage effect. Is sufferer even a word? Yeah, I'm leaving that in. I'm not bothered to edit. The Archmage's base attack is one of the best in the game. I mean, up to 120 magic damage. Even against heavily weapons to enemies spiders, that will make a huge difference. Its abilities are good. Archmage's first ability is basically just an AoE ability. Why would you if you have to do it and battle the best artilleries in the series, consider this. And it's also way too expensive. Meanwhile, you can get the same thing like with waste disposal for half the price. And its second ability is critical mass, which basically summons an AoE every time it hits an enemy. But the explosion's not big enough. Why are its abilities crowd control oriented, but this is a damaging tower? This makes no sense. Number 4, Necromancer.
With me I bring.
Let me just say this before we get started on this. Overrated as frick. This is one of the most overrated towers in the series. It used to be the second best tower in the game, but then as I got used to the Dwarf and Crossbow Fort, it became the 4th. The Necromancer is the best tower if you want stolen, but it cannot be the replacement for the assassins because it does not
Time
deal
for
with
target
damage.
practice.
It can be a constant stream of damage, but the only reason I would ever buy it is for the skeleton and maybe the Death Rider. If I have a flying hero, I kind of usually replace it with a Death Rider to rank up the hero's ability to store. Did I just say non-ability? Yeah, I'm still not gonna edit that. Anyways, it also solves some Archmage effect. Death Rider, it is more cost effective, but Death Rider is still very good. But also, Pestilence is useless. It's like an AoE ability, but instead of like dealing damage and poisons and anything AoE, but in Frontiers, other towers can obliterate enemies, like I said before, which is why I don't find this to be worth it. Number 3,
Fully loaded.
the Dwarf.
Ready to rumble.
Some people can say that the Dwarf is fully replaceable by the Battle Mecha. It is not. It is worse than the Battle Mecha significantly, but Furnace Blast just cannot be replaced. Cordial is pretty useless because with some hero abilities that allow the tower to deal more damage, Cordial can interrupt it, meaning that the Dwarf will only damage. Cordial is a free instant replace. It's not active or negative. This tower is one of the first towers. Very good, especially around the towers. This tower is also the crowd control tower. It's it's even better at crowd control than Battle Mech, though it doesn't deal enough damage to compensate for it. It is the slowest tower in the game, but with Falconer, it can completely negate that by having the largest range. Like, the range that you get with Falconer across the door is insane.
Ready to rumble!
And its abilities, as I mentioned, Furnace Blast is basically like a mini range. It's not that good compared to Rain of Fire. Rain of Fire is Rain of Fire. You're not going to get anything better than it. And Core Drill is a free skill. It's not actively used. Some do but it's not as good as some other abilities.
Archers ready?
Crossbow Fort.
Time for target practice.
The Crossbow Fort is the first Fort I unlocked, along with the Assassins, but this is definitely the better of the two. The Crossbow Fort's first ability is Barrage, which is
Time for target practice.
meh.
Time for
It's
target
not
practice.
like the best ability, but being Archer only challenges it can carry. Falconer, as I mentioned before, combined with the Dwarf is one of the best in the game, but even without being combined with the Dwarf, boosting the range of nearby towers is great, and it also boosts its own critical chance.
Freedom!
This tower as well has a really fast attack and pretty high damage for an Archer.
Time for
Combined
target
with the fact that
practice.
it's got one of the best DPS in the game, rather than the Archer. And finally,
Fully loaded!
the Battle Mecha T-Zuma.
Battle Maker online!
The Battle Deck is so good, it is now a meme, apparently. I mean, it's always been a meme, it's just that good. A mobile tower with average attack speed, which is already great for
Time
its
for
tower,
target practice.
having really high DPS, plus a global ranged missile ability, which can target anything. And plus, on top of that,
On the
it's
trail.
literally 4 missiles, not just one. And on top of that, it's got like a 70% slow or something. What more could you want from a tower? And on top of all that, you just spam it and have the most towers attacking the same spot because it's mobile.
Never laugh on dead dragons.
What the hell? I don't even need to elaborate anymore. This is just the tower of all time. One of the best towers out there. Alright, that's my list. Other than maybe like Archmage or Axe Thrower, I don't think it's that controversial compared to some of my other opinions. Anyway, subscribe. Also, I said a very long time ago that I would make a separate video about why the Necromancer is overrated. I'm making this video and it still hasn't come out. I will make it, but only if this video gets 50 likes. Okay, anyways, click on one of the videos right there and recommend it. Dude, why are you still here?